What is up, everyone? It's Grim here. Hope you're all good. It's Friday! Thank fucking Crunchy, it's Friday. Ah, so good. And as a little treat to myself, I've had a good morning today. I got my 680 ring, which has got shit stats in it. Jesus, Blizz, what are you doing? Saw the stats out, man. They really fucking suck on the legendary ring. But yeah, that side, I got my 680 ring and really enjoyed the whole preamble to it. You obviously have to do the heroics, you have to get enough crystals, and I finally got crystals, which is a bit of a drag. I hate the Apexus stuff. I love what you've done with Warlords, Blizz, but I do not like that Apexus crystal shit. Damn, that's boring. Anyway, so yeah, went and saw Khadgar, did the last bit where you kill the dragon. I'm not going to spoil it, but you kill the dragon, and it's really cool. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I've got a video of it, so that'll be going up at some point, so I won't dwell on that too much. The other thing I did, which follows on from doing the 680 quest, was I decided the last wing has opened for LFR. Yeah, I know it opened on Wednesday, guys, but unfortunately yesterday I had RL commitment, so hence the reason no video went up. And hence the reason why I didn't get to do any of this. I was gutted. But, so I read through the description quickly just to see what I was missing, you know, what do I need to do, what's the tips and tricks and all that good shit. And I don't know why I keep reading those. I really don't. It's fucking pointless. You know, it's like, oh, mines are going to hit the floor if you let the mines stay on the floor. If you stand in the mine, sorry, because it stays for about a minute, it's going to kill you. It's lethal damage. It's like, okay, cool. Don't stand in mines. That's a real life thing as well. Cool, I can do that. What was the other things I had? Oh yeah, the arcane guys that spawn that do like raid-wide AoE damage. Can't let them stay up. Got to burn them down. So it's like, okay, burn them down. Not a problem. I can do that. And everything else is kind of all, you know, usual. So I went in already. I thought this is gonna be the shiz, because we've had 3 bosses. I think it's 3 bosses in both wings. I'm going to say it is, yeah. 3 bosses in both wings. Of course it is, because it's 7-7 completion. And there's only 1 boss in this one. Durr. Jesus, Grim, I know it's Friday, dude, but get your brain in gear. So, bowled into this one, and it's a cakewalk. It's a really easy cakewalk. Now, I know a lot of people out there are going to be going, Jesus, Grim, is this another video of you ragging on LFR? Tell you what, dude, why don't you fuck off and do normal raiding then? Because I like LFR. I completely understand. I completely understand why you'd say that, and you're right. And I am trying to get into normal raiding, but it's rough. But I won't bore you with that at this present time. I've got things boiling away in the background, which should hopefully alleviate that problem. But that's not actually my issue. I thought about it today. I was like, what? Why does this grate me so much? And I was thinking about it. It's progression. Okay, you quest, and we all know questing generally is a piece of piss. You're only going to die if you generally pull too many mobs or you fall off a cliff. Or, like me with my shaman, you're in wolf form that has water walk on it, you jump off a cliff and you hit the ground and you die because you thought you'd land in the water and you'd be safe, and you're not. You dick, Grim. Yeah, it's been rough. Anyway, so questing, pretty easy, as I say, unless you're an idiot and you pull too much, or you generally just go to an area where you should not be, or you pull like a... It's not quite easy, but it's more common in Warlords, generally because you have certain areas which are designate level 100 zones, for where obviously the Apexus crystal quests are. Easy for me to say. So you can be bimbling along as a level 90, 91. Oh look! It's a level 100! Beating the shit out of me. So that can happen, but generally you're in control of your own destiny. As long as you're sensible and smart, you're generally not going to die on questing. You're not really going to learn a lot. Questing's about survival. It's about what can I do to not die. Deal enough damage, use your odd cooldown here and there, you know, use your odd ability that'll get you out of shit, and that's it. So you learn a little bit, but you don't learn a lot. Then you do 5-mans. So there's responsibility. This is general progression. Obviously, if you do PvP or whatever, I'm just saying this is for the majority of people. This is their progression line. Then you go into 5-mans, and 5-mans is a little bit of individual responsibility, but there's not much. It's generally just follow the tank. Don't pull something you shouldn't pull. Let the tank pull stuff. Stay alive and DPS, or heal if you're a healer. Nice and easy, nice and simple. You can do that, not a problem. And you get some gear, drops, and all of a sudden you're ready. You are ready for doing the next level. Now, on the progression line, the way Blizzard have got it currently, is you can get 630 loot from heroic dungeons. Sorry, my mind went blank then. You can get 630 loot from heroic dungeons, but you don't need it. As long as you can get 615, you can go straight into LFR. Now, if you want to do normal and so on, you want to be doing heroics. Not a problem. Here's my thing, okay? Now, I'm talking about if you are a raider, just go and sit down somewhere for a minute. I'm not talking about raiders. I'm talking about if you are, a boosted 90. So you do your normals. Nice and easy. There's nothing to normals. Heroics. Now there is nothing to heroics either. Heroics, just there's slightly more mechanics we've put in. Just if it's a big flashy thing underneath you, generally don't stand in it. If it's glowing or it's going to charge towards you, generally move out of the way. That's really it. The heroics are stupidly easy now. Then you've got LFR. There's nothing to LFR. It's a target dummy, which is great. But the problem is, that seems wrong to me. What should happen is you have normals, which can drop the 615 gear. The 615 gear can get you into LFR. Your LFR will drop 640 gear. But it feels like heroic should then be after that. You should have heroic dungeons. So you should have normal dungeons, LFR dungeons, then apologies. You should have normal dungeons, normal 5-mans. Then you should have LFR raids. Then you should have heroics, as in 5-man heroics. Then you should have normal heroic mythic raids after that. It feels to me there is no place anymore for 5-man heroics. And that saddens me, considering I was a Wrath player and I didn't raid in Wrath. I adored the 5-mans. And I know, when you talk about people who did TBC, I never did TBC as current content. They talk about 5-mans with awe. I mean, they were designed for guys who were getting ready to raid. They were no shit. You talk about some of the best bosses in like WoW history, people will put 5-mans from TBC in there. Because that's how fucking shit got real. And I say, I was in Wrath and I loved the Wrath stuff. Was it brain surgery? No, of course it fucking wasn't. But you needed your shit together and you needed your head on. You could carry players, but people need to have a semblance of what was going on. It just feels that there's no place anymore for heroics. Just 5-man heroics seems dead to me. I know you've got challenge mode on top of that, and if you want to do it, it's all gravy, but I used to love just queuing for heroics. That's what I would do. I would log on, and if I had some time, I would just queue for heroics and absolutely love it. Now, there's no challenge to the heroics. The progression line seems like there's almost two distinct factions now. Wow, there is you're a casual player. This is what you do. This is your casual LFR thing. That's the peak of your progression. And you're a hardcore raider, and don't worry about it. You're already going to be hardcore raiding. Not a problem. It seems very hard if you want to jump from the lower tier to the upper tier, and that doesn't seem right to me, because I can see a lot of people, if this trend continues with the LFR, those that just want free loot and they go, yay, woo, great, woo, they're always going to be doing it. They're always going to be it. But those that see LFR for what it is, which it's always been a kind of a joke, but at least it had the veneer, it had the gloss of you can die in this. It doesn't need voice comms, which is the big thing. It doesn't need voice comms. It doesn't need that much coordination with people, but you just need to have your head switched on, which is fine. That's what LFR is. But this, you don't even need head switched on. I could walk off. I could do a Homer Simpson and have one of those nodding birds, just literally pressing one button, and walk off and go get myself like a burger or a beer or something, and I would probably still be up there on DPS and wouldn't be dead and get my free loot. Great. It seems flawed to me. What do you think, guys? Do you like the current system? Are you like, no, I have no interest in progressing. I have no interest in anything other than LFR. LFR is good for me. That's the cap that I want. Or do you think there is, for the casual player, is there a glass ceiling? Especially, remember, guys are going to be buying this who maybe have never played WoW before. They're intrigued by Warlords of Draenor, they've boosted a 90. They haven't had any of that experience of leveling up. They've just suddenly, they're a 90, they got all these abilities. They've done the Tan Jungle thing, but that's fuck all. And they've progressed. And they could be amazing. They could be pure untapped potential. Yet they're capped by this glass ceiling because the entry-level raiding guilds don't want to bring anybody in because they've got their 10-man. And I say that with air quotations because there's no such thing as 10-mans. And it's rough. It's rough. I was kind of hoping that... I did a video which was very similar to this the other day. I was kind of hoping that when I'd done the boss, the final boss, this was going to be hard. This was going to be like, okay, the first 6 bosses, that was Candyland for you. Now, as a final boss, I wanted you to work up a little bit of a sweat. Hasn't worked out the way, so I know it's another moany video. But, what do you guys think? Just let me know. Catch you later. Have a great weekend, guys.